something first. This is not a DVD, but it arrived now. I didn't think that it was going to arrive so soon, but it did. It did, and it's a CD. And I never buy CDs, but I'll talk about it briefly when I open it. I ordered from eBay, so it's from Germany. Let's see. Maybe I'll have to apply violence to this. Well, this is a CD by my favorite band. It's not an album. It's a single or an EP. I don't know. It has 3 songs, but I think it's listed as a single and not as an EP. So I paid about 10 euros for this, I think. So okay then. It is Liberation by Hardcore Superstar. And the reason I bought this is because, well, the song Liberation, I heard that song, without exaggeration, I heard that song for the first time 12 years ago, I think. But the other 2 songs, Come Along and You Say You Want Me, I don't think I've heard those 2 songs. And I couldn't find them online. I think they might have been on YouTube, but I wanted to have I wanted to own them either digitally. Wow, that's hard to pronounce. Digitally, yeah. Whatever, or as a CD. But I'll transfer these onto the computer anyway. So, but yeah, and this is nostalgic to me when I open it, because the cover, I think that's the same cover as the album on which the song Liberation is on. So yeah, and I used to look at that album cover, or, obviously I looked at it because I had the album, or I had the CD. But yeah, okay, that's I don't think there was anything else I was going to say, but I just thought that I'd open it. But anyway, now to the DVDs. And I said this last time, but I just feel like I should say it again if some people are like, well, why are you showing this again? But and also to just, if people don't want to watch it because it's not only new stuff, then that's fine, But but I have shown most of this before anyway, and the reason I'm showing it again because the last time I showed it was when I unboxed it, and then I had not seen them yet. So now I'm just gonna show them to you after having seen them. This one I watched last night, and I'm kind of ambivalent, not towards liking it and not liking it, but rather towards liking it and really liking it. Or well, I guess I really like it, but it was a great movie, but I've heard such great things about it. I guess it was missing a, but I don't know. It's not visually as astounding as, like, I'll show the movie. It's Princess Mononaki. It's not as visually phenomenal as Spirited Away, for example, which is, I guess it makes sense because this one is, well, actually it's not that much older. It's a few years only. I thought it was like from the 80s actually, but anyway, it's not. It's from 1997. But the story is great, and the way it the pacing of the story, and the way it's told, and all characters and all it's very well scripted, very well pulled off. I mean, the visuals are great too. It just doesn't have that much to the visual side as maybe I was expecting, but it's even possible I'm gonna change my mind, because I'll see it again sometime, and I don't know, that god, the part with the god was obviously amazing, and those I can't remember what they're called, but the little figures in the forest, and a lot of, yeah, no, it was visually great, it definitely was, but I was, never mind. Next we have a movie that started out good, and then it's just got shitty. Macabre by Lamberto Bava, son of Mario Bava. I mean, it was kind of, well, I mean, it's on the back, so I'll show it to you. I'm not gonna say what happens, but I'll just show you the back because you can figure it out, and that way I don't have to feel like I've spoiled it to you. Anyway, by maybe you're supposed to know, but anyway, by reading the back, looking at the back of the pictures, as well as starting to watch the movie, you understand what's going on up there. If you watch the movie, you know what I mean, but if not, then, you know, you understand what's happening, what the mystery is, what the big, well, twist is gonna be. Because it's obvious when you look at the back, because the twist is right there. And, yeah, I wasn't sure if I liked that, well, we know what's gonna happen. But also, in a way, that made it a lot more creepy, that you knew what was going on, and he didn't know, but you knew, kind of. And I don't know. So it was okay, but I don't know. Then we got Till Death season 1. I forget what I paid for this, but either like £7.50 or 10. So either way, it was a good price. But this was fun. I'm definitely gonna get season 2. I'm pretty sure that it's only released, that only the 2 first seasons are released, but I haven't heard anybody talk about this. Anybody showed the DVD, so it kind of makes sense that not maybe it didn't sell that much, or it makes sense. I can understand it because I haven't heard much. But it was fun. I mean, some episodes are just your typical generic sitcom stuff, but it was definitely a lot of fun and good characters, good chemistry, and fun, relaxing show. Then we got a pretty original movie that I did like it a lot at sometimes, but the ending, the last couple sequences in the ending, I did not like, and it's Me and You and Everyone We Know by Miranda Julie. And very interesting movie. So she approaches filmmaking in a pretty different way, in a very unpretentious way for most of it. And I like that, but then a few scenes, I don't know. I'm not talking about the inappropriate stuff. I'm talking about just scenes where I might have just problems because they're made in a weird way. Maybe they're supposed to be symbolical or something, and in some cases I just don't really understand what they're trying to do, or what she's trying to do, and that puts me off a little bit. Anyway, I'll try to move faster because I have a lot of stuff actually. Then we got Demort. It's spelled DES space MORTS, and I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's a documentary on death, basically. The Swedish title is A Study in Death, or A Study of Death, or Studying Death. Well, never mind. Yeah, basically that's what it is. Death in all its forms. And there was one sequence in here, and they have a picture on it on the front here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but it's right in the corner. I don't remember what the disease was called, but there's a scene of a couple wheelchair-bound people. I think some of them might be completely quadriplegic or not being able to move at all, and it's just a very, very I don't know, very not creepy, but kind of sad. I can't think of a good English word, but just a scene which evokes a lot of feelings and a lot of semi-depressive feelings. And they're on there. They know they're gonna die pretty soon. They're playing basketball with their wheelchairs. They have like built a stick that's sticking out from the wheelchair, and I think some of the people might even be controlling the wheelchair with their mouth or something. I don't know how that works, but that's the way it looked. and they're playing basketball. Well, they're not playing basketball. It's a basketball, but they're just hitting the ball and it rolling around on the ground, and they're playing some sort of game without rules, I guess. I don't know. It was just very depressive and good in somehow. I just really liked that sequence in particular. Um, anyway, next up is maybe I didn't really think I was gonna like it as much as I did. I thought it was gonna be more kind of a generic, kind of dull, not dull, but there was definitely something to it. And it's a Headbangers Journey by Sam Dunn. It's his first movie, and some stuff is not, for example, the genre tree is like a little off. Sometimes it's completely fucked up, but I think the interviews are very interesting, and the fact that you follow him on his journey makes me like it more personally, because I definitely prefer someone traveling and you actually see him in front of the camera as well, and he goes to different places and he interviews different people, rather than just having only, close-up shots of people talking about music and about the history of metal. So it was definitely more than just that, more than just interviews. It was fun. Yeah. Next is I don't know, Nick's film Lightning Over Water. Not sure which title is. Well, it says Lightning Over Water in the movie actually. I'm not gonna talk about this because it's a very very clever document. It's a documentary, but not really. You watch it and you'll understand. Read about it briefly before, and then watch it. Read the plot and then watch it, basically, and you'll understand what I mean. And it started out really good. I thought it had a shitload of potential. Like when I understood what the sort of message or concept was, I was like really floored actually. But then it just became boring. So it ends up being okay, but worth watching, because maybe some people will be able to retain that feeling of, wow, this is really good, really clever, that I unfortunately lost throughout. I still thought it was clever, I guess, but not particularly interesting. Next up is a shitty movie, I'm sure many people think. I thought it was pretty shitty too, but I actually enjoyed it, and it's Pauly Shore is Dead. I mean, I gave it 4.5 out of 10, so by no means a good movie. But since here are about 50 cameos, without exaggeration, maybe some of them aren't that famous, but since it has that many cameos, it's entertaining. But still, despite the fact that it has 50 cameos, it's a shitty movie. I mean, it's like he knew that, okay, I'm not gonna be able to make a good movie without including an abundance of cameos, or preferably more than that. And yeah, I think it would have been very bad if he wouldn't have included them. One thing I have to complain about though is that it says packed with stars: Sean Penn, Vince Vaughn, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, Chris Rock. Adam Sandler he's not even in the movie. It's only his voice. He's talking through a wall, and he's even on the cover. If you can see it there, he's right. He's there. So it's obviously not from this movie. Because I'm pretty sure it's only his voice is in the movie. He's only speaking. So that's almost a rip-off that they put him on the cover. When it's not a rip-off that they put his name on there, because that's they can do that, but his picture when he's not even in the movie, that's. Anyway, next up is a movie that I actually thought was pretty good. I thought it was gonna be. I knew I'd kind of like it, but I thought it was gonna be ultimately a pretty shitty comedy, but I don't think it was, and it's Swing Vote with Kevin Costner, Kelsey Grammer, Dennis Hopper, Stanley Tucci, if that's how you pronounce it, and Nathan Lane, all of whom are great, and it's a good movie about Kevin Costner. He's not into politics, and he ends up, who it turns out being the one who gets to decide the next president, because there's some screw up with the votes, and it all comes down to one man's vote, and that's Kevin Costner. So obviously the two presidential candidates, they try to convince him with different campaigns that they don't believe in, and personally trying to convince him, and stuff like that. And I thought it was fun. You could almost say like a good movie about politics for people who don't like politics, but that's a bit maybe a bit too generalized. But I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I forget. So, but I kind of liked it. It does have the obvious, you know, the way one of those movies is gonna turn out. It's obvious from the minute you turn it on. You know how it's gonna end. But well, not in detail, but you know that some things are gonna be faced with some emotion. Never mind. Next up, this one I bought in Denmark, and it's Barton Think. I haven't been in Denmark in a couple months, but it took me a while to watch this. It was good. Very not extremely surrealistic, but very mysterious and very metaphorical and very yeah, I don't know, without really containing any surrealism, any proper surrealism. It still feels realistic in a way, but surrealistic isn't the main word I would use, but still it's good. And now I think I only have to see the Hudsucker Proxy or something, whatever it's called, and the Man Who Wasn't There. And then I've seen all of them, I think, by the Coen Brothers. Especially The Man Who Wasn't There, I'm really anxious to see. I ordered it a long time ago, but it never arrived, or it was cancelled, I don't remember. But anyway, next up is, I could talk about this for a long time, but it really feels like this is like 15 minutes by now. So, but Sons of Anarchy Season 2, I'll say that the only reason why I'm planning on buying Season 3 is because of the finale, which was amazing. Everything that had been built up to happened in that ending. I mean, it was really, really, really well pulled off for most of it. But my big problem with this show is the main actors, the main characters. I don't like them. At least not Jax, Clay, or Gemma. I think that's their names. I really don't like them. Jax and Clay, and this goes for the other bikers too, but they act so macho. It's like too much for their own good. It just becomes corny, and that puts me off a lot. And then I don't feel sympathy for them. Not really. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But I will pick up Season 3 because I need to know what happens, because the ending was really good. Then I don't regret buying this, but I did not enjoy a second, well, couple minutes. But it's Wild Boy Season 1. I have Season 2, 3 and 4 right here actually. Got the second, third and fourth. And I've had those for 5 years probably. And I used to love the show. I remember when I had a TV, when I just got a TV in my room, I would watch stuff on like MTV and stuff, because this was aired on MTV. I used to watch stuff longer than what I was allowed, and I was hoping that my mom wouldn't hear me or whatever. I mean, I was like 15 then, so maybe 14. But still, I don't think I was supposed to be awake after midnight. But anyway, I used to watch this show because it came on around that time, or around midnight. And I used to love it, and everybody in school watched it. Not everybody, but... Well, actually, now that I think about it... Wait. I think I watched this before. It's from 2000... No, that doesn't make sense. It's from 2004, but I remember a person told me about it when I was like 11, and I wasn't 11 in 2004. Maybe my memory is never mind. Now I don't remember what I was gonna say. Well, I just did not enjoy it. I thought I was gonna enjoy it more. I thought it was gonna be more stuff that I hadn't seen and more stuff that I was gonna be, oh yeah, that shit that they made, oh that's fun to see again. But no, I just felt, it's a weird word to use, but I felt depressed when I watched it. I really did. I felt, I don't want to watch this. It's not that it felt nostalgic in a bittersweet way, nothing like that at all. It just felt extremely boring to watch, and I just did not enjoy it. And I don't like their attitudes, not because I think they're being jerks. I just think that they are annoying and unfunny. Sometimes they're funny, but so at this point maybe I don't even like this show, or it's possible that the other seasons are better, but I don't remember them. So sorry about the long speech there, but then we got Birds of America with Matthew Perry, Jennifer Goodwin, Lauren Graham, and Hilary Swank. This was okay. Actually ordered this. I made a big unboxing. I don't remember when, but sometime this year, in the beginning of this year, and I had ordered a lot of movies for like £1 each, and this one was one of them. But since there was so many, I didn't realize that this one was missing. So I realized that after. Wait a minute, what about Birds of America? I thought I ordered that too. So I messaged the place, and they were really prompt in sending it to me. I think from when I realized that it was missing, I think 2, maybe 3 days later I had the movie, so that was good. Then we got Emperor of the North, which I read that originally. I think it was Sam Peckinpah who was supposed to direct this. I think it would have turned out better, because this movie, it starts out with violence, pretty gory scene, not that gory, but if you compare it to how it continues, it's very, very gory. And Sam Peckinpah, I mean, he's pretty known for making violent stuff, I think. So I think it could have been better, because violence suited this movie somehow. The little of it there was, it felt right somehow. And I think he could have made it less corny, maybe. I don't know who directed it now. Robert Aldrich. Don't know who it is actually, but it was pretty good. But some scenes felt very cheesy, and I don't like the ending either. Then we got a Swedish movie. I'm actually gonna make an update with all the Swedish stuff that I have in Swedish, where I'm gonna speak Swedish, and I'll explain why in the description in that video. But this one is a Swedish movie, but the reason I'm showing it here is because I still feel that it could be interesting to international people or whatever. The other stuff is like Swedish stuff that nobody else care about. Anyway, the movie is called Hooked for Life, and it's a movie on Swedish skateboarding and the history of Swedish skateboarding and the culture, and very intimate portrayals of the people in the top hierarchy of the Swedish skateboard, whatever. I could talk about it for a long time, but it's I thought it was gonna be more kind of a small time, kind of almost like an independent documentary on skateboarding, and but it's bigger than that, because the people in this movie, they're like the most talented, the biggest skateboard stars in Sweden of all time, and the one guy in here has created a really big clothing company that most Swedish people will know, maybe international people too, I don't know, but it's called now I can remember, WSC or something, and but it's definitely more than just, exploring the skateboard culture in Stockholm briefly. It's more than that. It goes through it chronologically and interviews a lot of people. I don't know. It was definitely really good. And so if you can find it, especially if you're Swedish, I'd recommend it. if you are in Swedish, I think it might be difficult to find it, but if you can, then I do recommend it because it's good. Then the last thing here is I unboxed it. I think I remember when. I think it was in the beginning / middle of December, and that's a while ago. But still, I feel like I watched it pretty quickly because this is a lot of stuff. It's Frasier, the complete series. It's 11 seasons. It doesn't say how long it is altogether. It only says like the individual seasons, but it's 500 minutes each, so that's about 5,500 minutes. I mean, that's almost 100 hours. Not really, but maybe 90 hours or something, if my math doesn't fail me. 90 hours, that's a lot of stuff. And I liked it very much. I'll just say that because I can't talk about it in more detail because then there would be so much stuff that I'd have to say. So, really good show. Yeah. Moment of truth. Is it above 20 minutes or not? Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll show. This is the stuff that I still have left. So this is probably going to be about 2 updates, and then I'm gonna order a lot of stuff. And might have mentioned this last time. Sorry that I'm repeating myself in that case, but then I'm gonna order a lot of stuff. As I said, a lot of stuff, and wait for all of it and make a big unboxing video, which will be probably longer than this video. I'm really sorry. 27 minutes almost. Well, anyway, if you watched everything, thank you. And yeah, hope you enjoy. Never mind. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.